you were interested with one specific topic, one specific subject, and one specific outcome. Sending my black back to jail. That's what you was interested in doing. And you know what I feel, Vlad? That you're mad. You're angry. You're furious. That I'm not the guy who Tupac Shakur. You wanted me to be the guy who robbed and Tupac. Yeah, I used to get the messages. You want to tap me on the back for being Mr. Black on Black crime. You love it when you got brothers up there who other brothers. And you can sit up there and allow them to spill their guts about how they ravaged their communities and destroyed other black people. Yeah, you're a bloodthirsty dude. And that's what satisfies your thirst and your hunger. Being able to dangle a carrot and make a person just deliver things that really debase them. But with that, you mess with the wrong ones this time. You owe me and my wife an apology. And if you was interested in only the Tupac Shakur incident, you should have got at us and said, I'm interested in this only. You shouldn't have said you want to interview me, because I got a lot of moving parts.
This is not the first time DJ Vlad is calling out a brother for turning down an interview. He's been doing this for the past couple of years. If you dare to turn down DJ Vlad, he's going to go on to another platform and he's going to call you out and then basically lie on you.
I did a whole lot of things. I was involved in a lot of situations. So you could have got me up there with my wife and we could have spoke on numerous things pertaining to me. But no, you wanted that specific thing that you have that active officer on duty in the studio for, so that when somebody do trip, you're going to make sure they fall. And I cuffed, arrested, indicted, convicted. That's what you get for Vlad. Have a nice life, Vlad.
Okay. Very well said, darling. This is the text message, and it's going to be on the screen. Vlad, this is Walter King Tut Johnson's wife. We have been notified that you are interested in an interview. The offer was presented at $10,000. We would like to counter that offer. Also, he would do it only under one condition, and that is that the interview be conducted by me. Also, $15,000 would be his fee. He watched the Lou Sims interview done by Cavario and realized that he could have me conduct his interview on your platform, since you seem to be very interested. I had a podcast years ago on Blog Talk Radio called Mac Mama's Rural Radio. I interviewed over 267 prominent authors and celebrities. I plan to keep your format and be behind the camera also. I will ask him all the questions your viewers want answers. If this is satisfactory, then we can move forward. Have a good evening. He replies, thank you for the offer, but in order to do the interview, I would have to be the one doing it. In order to earn that amount of money back, my audience would only watch it if I am conducting the interview. I said, no, this my husband said this. I've watched your interviews and I have to admit you do an excellent job. However, I have to go with chemistry and someone I feel extremely comfortable and confident with. I know that can be extremely unpredictable, and this is one of those situations that I must be able to predict what's coming my way.
This is nice to work because DJ Vlad said on the Math HOFFA podcast that King Tut was trying to hustle him, and that's not true at all.
Thank you for the offer. It's an honor to receive an offer from a veteran like yourself. Respectfully, Tut. He replies, let me know if you change your mind. Me doing the interview is something I can't negotiate on. I replied, okay. And knowing all the other outlets, this is Vlad's reply, and knowing all the other media outlets, I don't see anyone paying a significant amount of money to have someone else do the interview. I replied, cool. He replies, allow me to look at a few more of, no, my husband replied that. Allow me to look at a few more of your episodes and I'll be able to make a determination on what I'm going to do, but I'm not going to change my price. I would need to talk to him. This is Vlad. I would need to talk to him before the interview to see what exactly he is willing to discuss.
How many times is DJ Vlad gonna get exposed and people still are effing with him? I mean, enough is enough. People need to stop, go to his platform and just go to, support brothers like Math HOFFA, Art of Dialogue, because this is not it.
Once I do that, I can discuss the price, but I would need to do the interview. I replied, send your questions, please. He replied, I would need to do some research and then have an off-the-record conversation over the phone. It's not as simple as sending questions. I replied, fine, we can do that. He replied, cool. Let me know a date and time you want to do it. I replied, after the new year. And that was the end of the text exchange, and it'll be on the screen. So in the end of this, because we're not going to stay long on this, I felt the text exchange was professional, respectful, and forthright on our part. Like you said, had you just came out and said, listen, specifically, I would like to interview you about Tupac Shakur. And then if my husband would have said, okay, sure, and he would have said, well, did you do it? And my husband would have replied with his answer, no, I didn't. It would have been the end of it. But you were trying to hustle your way into an interview or maybe ask the questions beforehand. Like you said, you wanted to have a pre-phone conversation. And then at that point, you would have found out he didn't do it. But to say on a public platform that we tried to hustle you.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I want to thank y'all so much for tapping into my channel. I appreciate y'all so much. And I think about to show y'all that was King Tut, and he was responding to DJ Vlad, because DJ Vlad, he was on the Math HOFFA podcast. It's called My Expert Opinion, and he was talking about King Tut, and he was basically explaining that he tried to have him on his platform, but he wasn't able to actually get him on his platform because DJ Vlad's whole thing is that he's gonna make people confess. That is his whole thing. So he's gonna ask you these incriminating questions, and some people will even go further and claim that DJ Vlad is the police. And that is why some, not all, but some rappers, they know exactly how to, respond to his questions. Because if you respond to his questions in the wrong way, there's a big chance that you're gonna be locked up. And me personally, I'm gonna say that I actually believe that DJ Vlad is the police. I believe that he is working with the police, and he have even said himself that sometimes the police and the intelligence agency, they call him because they want him to give them some footage of an interview. And I believe that DJ Vlad has done this several times for sure, and that is why you should stay away from the DJ Vlad platform. So if you don't know who King Tut is, his real name is Walter Johnson, and he was the alleged driller in the Tupac's Quad Studios drilling, and he's been released from prison, and he's going in hard on DJ Vlad, and he's saying that he wants a apology from DJ Vlad. So let me know if y'all think that DJ Vlad was wrong for outing his business. So make sure to like this video, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next videos.